Welcome to Aptitude for Placements, and my name is Ranjit. I have conducted this aptitude training program at various engineering colleges all over India, and every year thousands of students get placed by attending this aptitude training program. Here you will find all the questions that are commonly encountered in most of the aptitude tests. These are the questions that keep on repeating in many of these tests. So just familiarize yourself with all these questions and you will have a clear advantage when you attempt your actual placement test. Let's start. When a person goes to his office at 4/3 of his usual speed, he arrives 15 minutes early. If the distance to the office is 120 kilometers, find his usual speed. So we have the basic formula. Distance by speed gives you time. This is a basic formula. Now the distance to his office is 120 kilometers. So distance is 120. Now first we'll find out the time required when he is traveling at his regular speed s. We are assuming that his regular speed is s. So distance by regular speed s. This is the time required when he travels at his regular speed s. Next we'll find out the time required when he is traveling at 4/3 of his usual speed. Distance is 120 kilometers. Speed is 4/3 s. So this is the time required while traveling at the regular speed s. And this is the time required while traveling at 4/3 of his usual speed. And that difference in time is given as 15 minutes. That is, when he is traveling at 4/3 of his usual speed, he arrives 15 minutes early. 4/3 of the speed means he has increased the speed a little bit. Now, when you increase the speed, you will require lesser time. He arrives 15 minutes early means he requires 15 minutes less. Now answers are given in kilometers per hour. So this minutes, 15 minutes will convert into hours. To convert minutes into hours, you have to divide by 60. So 15 divides 4 times. So 15 minutes is 1/4 of an hour. Now the question is find his usual speed. So S is what we need to find out. So we can calculate S from this equation. I'll just rewrite this equation. So 120 by S. 120 4/3, I'll just bring it to the numerator. So this S, I'll leave it as it is. When you bring the denominator to the numerator, you will have to take the reciprocal. So it will be 120 into 3/4. That is equal to 1/4. We just need to solve and calculate the value of S. Now I'll multiply throughout by 4S so that all the denominators will go off. So here I'll multiply by 4S. Here also 4S. Here also into 4s. Here s and s cancels out. So what we have is 4 into 120. Here 4s cancels out. So you will get it as 120 into 3. Here 4 and 4 cancels out. So what do you get is s. So s is equal to 120 into 4 minus 120 into 3. So s is equal to 120 kilometers per hour. So what is his usual speed? That is s is 120 kilometers per hour. Option B. The distance between 2 points P and Q is 18 kilometers. So we'll just mark it here. You have 2 points like this. Now P is here, Q is here, and the distance between them is 18 kilometers. So this full distance is 18 kilometers. Two men A and B start walking from point P towards point Q simultaneously. So both A and B are at point P and they both walk towards Q at the same time. So they are both moving in the same direction. Their speeds are 4 km per hour and 5 km per hour respectively. So A speed is 4 and B speed is 5 km per hour. After some time, B reaches point Q here and returns. So you can see that B is actually faster. Since B is faster, obviously B will reach this point first. So he'll reach point Q and then he'll come back. and returns, and on his return journey he meets A at point R. So he meets A at this point, and this point is called as R. Now the question is, what is the distance from P to R? This distance is what we need to find out. Now what we will do is, this distance from R to Q, we'll just take it as x. Now if this is x, then the remaining distance will be 18 minus x. Altogether it should add up to 18. So if you assume this is x, x plus 18 minus x, it will add up to 18. So whole distance is 18. So if this is x, then this must be 18 minus x. Now you can see that both A and B, they both travel for the same time. That is, they both start at the same time, and when they meet here, they both travel for the same time. So we can equate the time for both A and B. Now you have the basic formula, distance by speed gives you time. Now first of all, we'll calculate for A. Now the distance traveled by A is this distance, 18 minus x. So the distance traveled by A is 18 minus x, divided by A speed is 4. So this is the duration over which A travels. Next we'll calculate for B. First of all, we'll calculate the distance traveled by B. B will do the full 18, B will do the full 18 kilometers and return, and he will do another x also. So B will do full 18 plus x. So distance traveled by B will be 18 plus x divided by B speed gives you 5. So this is the duration over which B travels, and time for A is same as time for B. They both travel for the same time. So you can form the equation like this. That is, during the time in which A travels 18 minus x, during this time B will do the full 18 plus x. So I'll just repeat that once again. Time required for A to do this distance 18 minus x, that is equal to time required for B to do full 18 plus x. So we'll form the equation like that. So this is the time required by A. Distance is 18 minus x divided by A speed is 4. In this much time B will do 18 plus x by B speed is 5. So we'll just solve this equation. I'll just cross multiply. So 5 into 18 minus x is equal to 4 into 18 plus x. So 5 into 18 minus 5x is equal to 4 into 18 plus 4x. So I'll just bring 4 into 18 to this side. So 5 into 18 minus 4 into 18, that you will get it as 18. 18 is equal to 5x to this side. So 5x plus 4x gives you 9x. So 18 is 9x, or x is equal to 18 by 9 gives you 2. Now this value is equal to 2. Now what we need to find out is, what is the distance from P to R. This distance is what we need to find out. This is 18 minus x, where x is 2. So 18 minus 2, this value is 16. So what is the distance from P to R? This is 16 kilometers, option B. The distance between 2 points P and Q is 22 kilometers. So we'll just mark it here. So distance between 2 points is 22 kilometers. This full distance is 22. P is here, Q is here. Two men A and B start walking from point P towards point Q simultaneously. So they are both at point P, A and B are both here, and they are both moving towards Q. Their speeds are 5 km per hour and 6 km per hour respectively. So A speed is 5 and B speed is 6. After some time, B reaches point Q and returns. So you can see that B is faster than A. So obviously B will reach this point first. So he will reach Q first and then he will return. And on his return journey, he meets A at point R. So this is point R. Now the question is, what is the distance from P to R? This distance is what we need to find out. Now what I will do is, I will assume that this is x. Now if this is x, then the remaining distance will be 22 minus x. Now when they meet here, you can see that both A and B have traveled for the same time. They both start at the same time, and when they meet here, they both travel for the same time. So we can equate the time for A and B. Now you have the basic formula, distance by speed gives you time. Now first we'll calculate for A. Now the distance traveled by A is this distance, 22 minus x. Distance by speed gives you time. A's speed is 5. So distance by speed gives you time. This is the time over which A travels. Next we'll calculate for B. Distance traveled by B is, B will do the full 22, full distance 22 and another x also. So distance traveled by B is full 22 plus x divided by B speed is 6. So this is the time required for B, and we can equate the time. That is, in the time that A does 22 minus x, in that much time B will do full 22 plus x. So we can equate the time. So I'll just repeat that once again. In the time that A does 22 minus x, in that much time B will do full 22 plus x. So time required for A to do 22 minus x is, distance is 22 minus x divided by 5 divided by A speed 5. In this much time B will do 22 plus x divided by B speed is 6. So we have equated the time. So we'll just solve this and calculate the value of x. Now we'll just cross multiply. 6 into 22 minus x is equal to 5 into 22 plus x. So 6 into 22 minus 6x is equal to 5 into 22 plus 5x. 5 into 22, I'll just bring it to this side. So 6 into 22 minus 5 into 22, you will get it as 22. Minus 6x, I'll bring to this side. So 6x plus 5x is 11x. So 11x is equal to 22, or x is equal to 22 by 11. So x is equal to 2. So this value is 2. X is equal to 2. Now the question is, what is the distance from P to R? This distance, that is 22 minus x, where x is equal to 2. So 22 minus x, that is 22 minus 2 gives you 20. So what is the distance from P to R? That is 22 minus 2, 20. So option C, 20. The distance between 2 points x and y is 21 meters. So I'll just mark the 2 points like this. Distance between them is 21 meters. X is here, y is here. Two people A and B start from the same time from point X and move towards Y. So both A and B are at point X and they are moving towards Y. The speed of A is 3 meters per second and the speed of B is 4 meters per second. Person B reaches Y and returns. So you can see that B is faster. So B will reach point Y and then he will return. And on his way back, he meets A at point Z. So this point I'll take it as Z. Find the distance from X to Z. This value is what we need to find out. Now what we will do is Z to Y. This distance I'll take it as X. Then the remaining distance will be 21 minus X. It should add up to 21. So if this is X, then the remaining must be 21 minus X. So that 21 minus X plus X altogether, it will add up to 21. Now you can see that they both travel for the same time. They both start at the same time, and when they meet here, they both travel for the same time. So we can equate the time. Now you have the basic formula, distance by speed gives you time. So first we'll calculate for A. Now distance traveled by A is 21 minus X. A will do this much, that is 21 minus X. Divided by A speed is 3. So this is the time over which A travels. Next we'll calculate for B. Distance traveled by B is full 21 plus X. B will do the full 21 and another X also. Distance is 21 plus X divided by B speed is 4. So this is the time over which B travels, and the time for A is same as time for B. So we can form the equation like this. During the time in which A travels this 21 minus X, during that time B will do the full 21 plus X. So I'll just repeat that once again. During the time over which A does 21 minus X, B will do the full 21 plus X. So we can equate the time. Time for A is 21 minus x, distance by A speed is 3. In this much time, B will do 21 plus x divided by B speed is 4. So we are equating the time like this. So we'll just cross multiply and calculate the value of x. So 4 into 21 minus x is equal to 3 into 21 plus x. So 4 into 21 minus 4x is equal to 3 into 21 plus 3x. So 4 into 21 minus 3 into 21. 3 into 21 I will bring to this side. So 4 into 21 minus 3 into 21, you will get it as 21. Minus 4x to this side. So 3x plus 4x, you will get it as 7x. So 7x is 21, or x you will get it as 3. So x is equal to 3. Now the question is, what is the distance from x to z? X to z. That is 21 minus x, where x is 3. So 21 minus 3 gives you 18. So this distance is 18 meters. So find the distance from x to z. This is 18 meters. Option C. The distance between two cities A and B is 110 kilometers. So we'll just mark it here. So you have two cities A and B like this, and the distance between them is 110 kilometers. A car starts from A and moves towards B at 30 kilometers per hour. So there's a car here. It starts from A and moves towards B. Its speed is 30 kilometers per hour. 20 minutes later, a bike starts from B and moves towards A at 20 kilometers per hour. So 20 minutes later, a bike starts from point B and it is moving towards A and its speed is 20 kilometers per hour. What is the distance traveled by the car when they meet? Now, for the first 20 minutes, only the car is traveling. So first we'll calculate the distance traveled by the car in the first 20 minutes. Now the basic formula is distance by speed gives you time. So this formula can also be written like this: distance is equal to speed into time. So using this equation, we can calculate the distance moved by the car in the first 20 minutes. That is, speed is equal to 30 kilometers per hour into time is 20 minutes. For the first 20 minutes, only the car is moving. Now 20 minutes I'll convert into hours. So to convert minutes into hours, I have to divide by 60. So I'll just, now 20 divides 3 times. So you will get it as 30 into 1 by 3. You will get it as 10 kilometers. So in the first 20 minutes, the car will do 10 kilometers. So in 20 minutes, the car will be here and this distance is 10. Now if this distance is 10, then this remaining distance will be 100 because it has to add up to 110. If this is 10, then remaining should be 100. So 10 plus 100 gives you 110. Now the car is here and the bike is here and they are moving towards each other. So let us calculate the time required for them to meet. We'll just substitute into this formula. To meet, they have to do a distance is equal to 100 kilometers. So distance to be moved is 100 kilometers and they are moving towards each other. And you can see that they are getting closer by 20 plus 30, 50 kilometers per hour. So speed or relative velocity is 20 plus 30, 50 kilometers per hour. And to meet, they have to do a distance of 100 kilometers. So time required will be 2 hours. In 2 hours, they will meet. So what is the distance traveled by the car in 2 hours? 30 kilometers per hour. So in 2 hours, the distance traveled by A will be 2 hours into 30 kilometers per hour. The car will do 60 kilometers. So from here to here, the car will do 60 kilometers. And we'll just calculate the distance moved by the bike. The car and the bike will meet in 2 hours. In 2 hours, the bike will do 2 into 20, 40 kilometers. So when they meet, initially the car would have traveled these 10 kilometers. Initially the car will do 10 kilometers. And then in 2 hours, the car will do 60 kilometers. So if you look at the car, initially it does 10 kilometers and then another 60. So total distance traveled by the car will be 70 kilometers. That is option C. Let me briefly explain how to prepare for your aptitude test. First of all, you need to familiarize yourself with all the questions that have been worked out here. These are the questions that keep on repeating in many of the aptitude tests. After that, you need to attempt practice tests. According to me, you need to attempt at least 10 practice tests before your actual placement test. Here, I will be giving you 10 practice tests, and these practice tests will be ideal for you to improve your test scores. The 10 practice tests are available at a cost of only Rs 200. So all that you need to do is make a payment of Rs 200 either through Google Pay or through Phone Pay or through Paytm, and you will receive the 10 practice tests. The details of the payment comes next.